Hi everyone, Jada here. I am excited to be sending you this video today as a part of our week one Launch Yourself course. We really enjoyed being with you all last night and hope you had a good time, some breakthroughs around your money mindset belief. We talked a lot about what's at the foundation of the creating an entrepreneurial doTERRA business. So this video is here to support you in your homework for the full duration of the course, at least 21 days straight, where we're going to be doing the tapping. So the first step is going to be defining the sentence that was the most triggering for you out of the 72 questions we went through in the money mindset belief questionnaire. You're going to choose the one that you rated the highest. It could be a 10, 9, 8, whatever number was the highest, and the one that you had the most visceral reaction to, where you just did not feel good. It could have been bringing up feelings of unworthiness, just not feeling good enough, childhood memories, whatever it is for you, that's the sentence you are going to work with. And we are going to create a flip so that the flipped sentence is going to be the one that you're tapping for the next duration of the 21 days. Now, let's talk a little bit about creating that flip, because it's not enough just to change the wording if your body does not believe it. Our brain is too smart and it's going to counteract and go ahead and find all the reasons why the original sentence is true. Our brain thinks it's protecting us, but really what it's doing is blocking us a whole lot. So for example, we gave money is the root of all evil. We said money is the seed of pure abundance. Now, if you're not jiving with that sentence, you want to obviously pick your own words. But if that sentence just doesn't do it for you, you don't want to choose that sentence. The other example we gave, for example, was having a lot of money is a lot of responsibility. And we gave an example to change it into having a lot of money is fun and freeing. But if you're not feeling that it could be fun, or you can't see that it could be fun, even if you're not believing that it is right in this moment, but if you're like wanting it to be fun, but you can't really go there, then find another word that you can believe in. The last one I'll give you an example with. This one's a little bit harder. There was a sentence that said, I don't feel good enough to be rich. And there were quite a few of you that raised your hands with the word rich. It could be super triggering. So it's just not enough to simply say, I feel good enough to be rich, and then use that for the exercise, because like I said, the brain won't believe it. So you want to choose words that's going to bring forth what you would like to create. So for example, that sentence for me, what I would do is I would say, I feel worthy, right? Because the feeling of not feeling good enough is really the root cause of that is worthiness. So I would say, I feel worthy of creating rich. I don't like the word rich that much, but I do love the word wealth. So I would say, I feel worthy of creating massive wealth. And inside of that, I would add and everything I desire, because I do feel worthy of creating everything I desire. And the money falls into that. It's just the way the other one is. It reminds me of something that I don't want to go into here. Okay. So the sentence that I now flipped it into is, I feel worthy of creating massive wealth and everything I desire. It still makes me feel nervous. It still makes me feel like, whoa, but not heavy. And so this is a sentence I'm going to choose to work with. I'm then going to follow the pattern. The exercise you're going to be doing is, you say the sentence that triggers you once, and then you set your timer for 3 minutes, and you're going to follow the pattern that I'll demonstrate. And I'm going to pull up the graphic, and I'll do it with the graphic in front of us. And you're going to say the positive experience sentence for 3 minutes until the timer rings. And then you're going to text your accountability partner. Okay. So the pattern goes from, and whether you're using left or right hand, To me, it's not a big difference. I've heard different school of thoughts that you should use your less dominant hand. Some people say you should use the one that's the creative side of the brain. If there is a master of EFT on here and you have knowledge of why one hand is better than the other, feel free to leave us a comment on Mighty Networks. But for the sense of purposes of now, use the hand that feels great for you, okay? So I am actually a lefty, but for some reason I like to do it with my right. So you take two fingers, you're gonna start on the top of your head. That's your first tapping point. The next one is going to be your eyebrow right here, okay? So you choose, I'm gonna do it on the right side for now because I'm using right hand. So here's the second point. The third point is going to be the outer corner of your eye. Then it's going to be below the eye on this bone right here. Then it's going to be right below the nose on the bone here. It's going to be on the chin bone. It'll be on the clavicle and then under the arm, and you can go here. Some people like to add the point here on the hand. It's not on our graph, but you can add it if you like it. I happen to like this point, okay? So let me share my screen with you so that you can see this, and I will cover it with you once again. All righty, so you say the sentence that is the highest triggering sentence once, and you say, for example, I don't feel good enough to be rich. You set your timer for 3 minutes, and then you start with the sentence that you've created. I feel worthy of creating massive wealth and everything I desire. I feel worthy of creating massive wealth and everything I desire. I feel worthy of creating massive wealth and everything I desire. I feel worthy of creating massive wealth and everything I desire. I feel worthy of creating massive wealth and everything I desire. I feel worthy of creating massive wealth and everything I desire. I feel worthy of creating massive wealth and everything I desire. I feel worthy of creating massive wealth and everything I desire. I feel worthy of creating massive wealth and everything I desire. I feel worthy of creating massive wealth and everything I desire. And you continue and continue until your timer goes off after 3 minutes. You want to connect with the words, you want to breathe. You could see in the beginning, I was a little bit slower, and then I could really feel it. My voice dropped in. You'll feel a shift while you're doing it. There'll be some days where you might not feel it, but you really want to breathe. You really want to take your time and connect the words while you're tapping on these points so that your brain can start to rewire. You're going to be doing it 3 minutes, AM and PM, twice a day. The best thing to do is as soon as you wake up and right before you go to bed. Those are going to be the most effective because you're programming your brain for the day and you're programming it before you go to sleep so that it can be in all of your cells, programming you and rewiring you while you're sleeping. 21 days straight. If you miss a morning or an evening, you got to start from the beginning. And there's no shame in that. It just happens sometimes. But you want to text your accountability partner. Day 1, AM, PM done. Day 2, AM, PM done. And then if you miss, just say, hey, I missed, I need to start over. And you might be on different days, but you definitely want to keep your accountability with your partner going, okay? And the buddy that you're going to have is going to be the person that you were paired with in the breakout room, and you will find each other on the Mighty Networks or on the list. Remember that money doesn't define us or change us. It makes us more of who we already are. And if you're carrying around the weight of those thoughts, remember, put down the weight of that glass, okay? So the second part of the exercise is going to be, as soon as you're done with the 3 minutes of positive tapping. You're going to apply the roller ball that we're going to give you the recipe to. You're going to create a 10 ml roller ball. This is a blend that is created to really unveil, get you into action, bring truth forth, and create flow. And then you're going to also diffuse for the duration of this course, a minimum of 21 days, every day in the diffuser, the up-leveling blend. The blends are, for the diffuser, is going to be 2 drops of lemon, 2 drops of it's lemon, eucalyptus, and Douglas fir is going to be in your diffuser daily. Now, this is an up-leveling, but also a procrastination crusher. So anything that hides itself in the name of procrastination that's blocking you is going to be eliminated. So we really want you to go full throttle with that diffuser blend every day. The 10 ml rollerball, we'll put it in an email, we'll give you the recipe, but just so you know, it's a 10 ml. You're going to do 6 drops of wild orange of abundance, 6 drops of cypress, which is motion and flow, 9 drops of frankincense, the oil of truth, 3 drops of green mandarin, which I believe is inspired action. So this blend, you're going to top it with fractionated coconut oil, and then you're going to put it on the pulse points behind the ears, necks, clavicle bones, wrists. Take a deep breath in, and you're going to do that immediately after you've been saying the positive 3-minute tapping, because you're going to anchor in that feeling. And then you're going to diffuse during the day. It's important that you do not put on the blend before the tapping, because what then will happen is you're going to anchor in the sentence that is the most triggering for you that you're saying in the beginning. So the order of the exercise and recap is: you say the sentence that triggers you, you set your timer for 3 minutes, you tap for 3 minutes, you add your rollerball to the pulse points, make your diffuser blend first thing in the morning, text your accountability partner, and off you go. I hope that was helpful. We can't wait to hear your responses. We've seen huge results with other people we've taken through this process. Very, very excited to see everything. Take care. Oh, and don't forget, if you have questions, drop them in Mighty Networks.